This time we're catching up with a longtime friend who just recently had a very rare experience. Guy Perryman, welcome to the Kong Show.
Hello. If you've been here in Japan for any length of time, you've listened to the radio, you've heard his voice on InterFM. For this interview, can I call you Pussycat?
Oh, I know why.
Oh, you know why?
The little rhyme, the nursery rhyme.
Pussycat, where have you been?
I've been to London to visit the Queen.
But actually, you did not meet the Queen.
I did not.
Who did you meet?
I met her son, the Prince of Wales.
Congratulations on that.
Thank you very much.
I'm anxious to hear the entire story, but you've had a chance to meet a lot of very famous people in your career. You want to drop a few names for us?
Oh, name dropping, yeah. My favourite hobby. Where should I start? Paul McCartney was pretty amazing.
Really?
Yeah.
Did you get a picture with Paul?
You know, I didn't. Actually, I didn't meet him. It was a telephone interview. He was in Tokyo, backstage, Tokyo Dome, sound checking, and he phoned the studio when we were live on air.
So, and how was that?
He was great. It was really fun. He was very chilled out. I always ask people before the interview, any no-go zone, any questions you don't want to ask. He's like, no, it's cool, man, whatever you want to talk about. So he was very chilled out, very nice.
And what did he say that impressed you most?
Oh boy. The quote I always remember, he said, we don't work for a living, we play for a living.
How nice is that?
And I'm like, okay, that's my mission in life.
There you go. So who else have you had a chance to meet?
Sting, Dame Judi Dench.
You got a picture with Sting?
Got a picture with Sting.
Is that what we're seeing right here?
Yeah, it is. That was quite a while ago. That was
Where
a few
was
years
that?
ago. The Park Hyatt Hotel in Tokyo.
Oh, so you went into his room?
They had a press room.
I see.
Yeah. So, and again, very chilled out. He was totally cool. He'd just been to Bali for a week. I remember that. So he was in very chilled out holiday mode.
Show us another picture.
Here's me with Dame Judi Dench. Now, I loved her. It was actually almost like meeting my mum. It was like interviewing my mum. Same generation, same size, same vibe, smell the same, lovely old ladies. She was really, really cool. That was lots of fun.
You noticed her smell?
I did. It's funny. I always think about what people smell like. I have a theory. If you smell good, you are good.
What about the Prince? You had a chance to meet the Prince, His Royal Highness, the Prince of Wales?
I did.
How did he smell?
You know what? I can't remember. I think my brain was so caught up in the moment. I had probably about 3 minutes with him talking. He presented me with the MBE medal. And we had a really lovely chat, but I can't remember what he smelled like.
Interesting. I want to hear all about the chat, all about your meeting with the Prince. First, what was the award for? Why did you get this award? What does it mean? The
official title, the MBE, it's the Member of the British Empire, and for services to music. So for the radio work that I've done in Japan for 27 years, so essentially promoting British music in Japan.
Tell us what that day was like. How did you arrive? You went to Buckingham Palace, is that right?
Right in the heart of London, Buckingham Palace, yes.
Named after the Duke of Buckingham, is that correct?
Oh, that's a good question. Yeah, probably.
I think it was. Was there any dress code?
Yes, you get the invitation and all the package of information, and they suggest either morning suit, which is the tails, and top hat, if you want to go full all the way.
Yeah.
I decided to go not that far, but I had a 3-piece suit made. Had a whole new outfit, so a lovely 3-piece suit, and new shirt, new cufflinks, new tie pin, tie tack, new shiny shoes. So, and it was really lovely. Everyone was dressed for the occasion. It was very special.
Were you able to sleep the night before?
I had drinks with my family, who all came to London to hang out with me. And I was a little bit nervous, but no, I had a good night's sleep, woke up early, took us a few hours to get ready. I wanted lots of time to get ready. Took my mum to the palace, because you're allowed to take a guest. So
One guest?
You're actually allowed a couple, so my mum and my partner came with me.
And so, did your mom get a chance to meet the Prince also?
She did not. Only the people who are receiving the awards meet the Prince, but your guests are taken into the ballroom, and they're seated. And then us lot who receive the awards are taken off to a briefing room where we're given the brief on what to do and the protocol and how to address the Prince, etc. So they were in the ballroom while I was backstage waiting for the show to begin.
The show to begin. So I'm hearing there was music or something, and if so, what music did they play?
In the ballroom, at the back of the ballroom, there was a little orchestra, and they were playing sort of gentle classics all the way through the whole ceremony. But I did get to hear they played the theme from Skyfall, the James Bond theme.
Wow.
So that was quite cool. I had a James Bond moment in Buckingham Palace.
Wow, what an amazing event.
Yeah, it was very cool. And, everyone was so friendly. What I loved about it was very friendly, it was very festive. You think this kind of thing could be very stiff and formal.
Right.
And, of course, there's lots of formality with it. But everyone was just so friendly, so chilled out, really cool. It was really lovely.
Now, do you have some pictures that you can show us?
There's a couple. I was sent a whole lot of photographs which are not really supposed to be published. But here's a couple. There's one of me meeting Prince Charles, and there's one with me and my mum.
She looks very happy.
She was very happy.
Well, how did you arrive? Did you rent a limousine, or did you arrive in a taxi, or how did you arrive at the palace?
I was thinking about that. I was like, okay, I could take a London cab, which is I love black London cabs. They're so iconic. Then I thought, no, if I'm taking my mum, it's Buckingham Palace. I think we should have a really, really smart car for the day. So I was thinking about that. And then while I was thinking about all this, Jaguar in Japan contacted me, and we had a conversation because they knew I was going to the palace. And the conversation was, if we give you a Jag for the day, can you take some photographs of the car in the palace? And I was like, why not? Sure.
So, this is one of those pictures?
There's a photo of me with the Jag in Buckingham Palace.
And did you get to keep the Jag, or did you have
For a
to turn
couple of days. For a couple of days, yes. I was driving around London feeling very special.
And did you pick up any people along the way, or did you get a chance to show it off to other people?
Well, actually, it was quite fun driving into Buckingham Palace. You're given the instructions. You have to arrive at the front central gate, which is right in front of the palace, and you're driving through all the tourists, because all the tourists are standing out the front waiting for the changing of the guard at 11 a.m. And the police are all there, so you go up to the policeman, and he's like, you show him the invitation and your ID, and he's like, yeah, no, sir, drive up to that other policeman over there. Then there was a security check. They checked under the car, under the bonnet.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, full
Under the
security
bonnet.
check. Yeah, everything.
Oh, right.
But it was quite fun sort of being escorted with a policeman through all these crowds of tourists, and that
You must have felt very special.
well, my mum looks a bit like the Queen, so everyone was looking in the car, so I think we made some people happy that day.
Actually, I did meet your mom, and she does look like the Queen.
A little bit, yeah.
A little bit. So, did you have to go through a metal detector or anything like that?
There was security, yes. They searched everything. We had invitations and IDs, yeah.
Did they pat you down or anything like that? I mean, to
They didn't.
a body check?
No. But there was pretty serious security to get in, obviously.
Now, once you were inside, did they offer you any food, drinks, glass of wine, or anything like that?
No food, but in the briefing room where I was sent with the other recipients, we were given just light, drinks and no food, but just drinks in very, very lovely glasses, very similar to this. But they had ER, the Queen's initials, etched into the glass, and I was like, wow, this would make a great souvenir. But
You couldn't take it out.
there was nowhere to hide it.
Did you get any souvenirs from this spectacular event?
I got a medal.
You did? You did get the medal?
Yep.
Can we see that medal?
There's a photograph of it.
And do you wear this medal now? Or where would you wear this medal?
It actually, again, it comes with instructions about, what sorts of occasions you can wear it to, and I probably wouldn't wear it. If I was in the military or something like that, I might. But you can wear it to formal occasions if you want.
Now, when you were at Buckingham Palace, you saw the guards with the big hats and everything.
Absolutely.
Did you get a chance to stare at them or try to get them to smile or anything?
I didn't want to mess with them, but when we were coming down the grand staircase coming out of the ballroom, and they were lined all up along the staircase, my mum stopped right in front of one of them and said, I know I'm not allowed to talk to you, but you look very handsome. And he blushed. So
she did get him to react a little bit.
He blushed.
Yeah. Well, Guy Perryman, congratulations on your award. What a fabulous opportunity to actually go to London and meet the Prince, his royal... And by the way, how did you have to address him?
Oh, the first time you address him, it's as Your Royal Highness, and then after that it's Sir.
Sir?
Sir. And actually I made him laugh.
You did? How did you get him to laugh?
Well, we had a really friendly chat. He was actually really chilled out and friendly, but I told him, because a few years ago I DJ'd for Prince William in Tokyo. There was a reception in Tokyo, and I said to Prince Charles, I said, actually, by the way, I've DJ'd for your son, William. And he said, really? And he looked a little bit worried, as though I'd DJ'd in some kind of not so salubrious place. And I said, don't worry, nothing to worry about. It was at the British Embassy in Tokyo, and he laughed. So it was.
By the way, do we need to call you Sir Guy Perryman now, or what do we call you?
I wish you could.
After you receive this award.
No, you just have to curtsy every time you see me.
Is that right?
Yeah.
I'm going to practice my curtsy. Guy Perryman, once
Don't
again,
fall over.
thank you very much for sharing your amazing story with us here on The Kong Show.
As always, thank you, Kong.
If you or a friend are living here in Japan and have an amazing story to tell, contact us and we'll consider putting you here in The Kong Show.